Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O. Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those 2 magical days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday, March 19th and 20th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday to get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it and stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings on 68th and O.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination. Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to March Mayhem. Live coverage of the NCAA tournament from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to Bock in the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley,
who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
The Ticket, but I'm not with Bock. I'm with Nick W. here at Buffalo Wings and Rings, live for the women's games that's coming up right now, Nick. So should be exciting. 2 days in a row, we get to see our men, our women play in NCAA tournament.
Yeah, it's a rare sight. Maybe 4 days in a row if Nebraska can get this one done. Actually, it'd be 5 days in a row because they played in the play-in game earlier this week. Against Richmond, won that game. The men played yesterday, got it done to win their first NCAA tournament game ever against Troy. Playing right now against Baylor. Slow start so far, 5-0 in favor of the Bears. We have it on right in front of us here at Buffalo Wings and Rings here at 68th and O. Tomorrow, the men will play tomorrow night against Vanderbilt. And if Nebraska is able to win this one, they'll take on the Duke Blue Devils for a spot in the Sweet 16 on the women's side. So a lot of basketball, a lot of people out here, as always, giving Bock a break. So, like I said, there's a CK in Bock, there's a CK in Nick. So you just plug me in here, and You're still rocking the headband. Has that thing come off since yesterday?
Yes, it has. So don't touch it today.
I will not. I'll keep my hands away from you.
Keep your hands to yourself.
I learned my lesson yesterday. So
Yeah.
I think Sainer did the same thing today. He tried to snap it on
yeah,
your head there.
Yeah, he's tried.
He's tried.
All right, well, Baylor women up 5-0, man. Come on, Lady Huskers. All right, Nick, as we talk about Nebraska yesterday, they got the win over Troy State. Troy State coach signs a contract with Georgia Tech. He's the new Georgia Tech coach. So,
Yeah.
you know, his last game as a Troy Trojan. Now he goes to a bigger university, bigger money. See, can he get back Georgia Tech program that was lost the last couple of years with former Arizona player Damon Stoudemire, who was their head coach. So, you know, things happen in college basketball, just like college football. I hate to see a coach leave who's got his team to the tournament last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, Scott Cross, look what he did in the short time he was there with the Trojans, this basketball program. He's won 20-plus games, multiple years. He's competed in Sun Belt championships. He's won Sun Belt championships. The last 2 years, like, did they win a game in the NCAA tournament? No, but for a Troy team competing in the Sun Belt, which has one of the funkiest formats for a conference tournament, not only made it last year, but made it this year and was able to take on teams like Kentucky and Nebraska. And good for him going to Georgia Tech. They said a deal is coming together in the near future for Cross to become the Yellow Jackets' next basketball coach. So, leading Troy to consecutive NCAA tournament berths, obviously a name to watch in college ranks. So he's going to be playing in the ACC alongside Duke and company. So we'll see where he goes from there. It should be exciting for that guy because, hey, well earned at Troy. You know,
when we look at these games that we've been following the last couple of days, it seems like some of the smaller schools are getting the best of the big schools. As you look at Santa Clara right now, who's a 10th seed, playing tight with Kentucky. It's a 70-68 lead. Santa Clara with seconds ticking away. They have the ball. Now you're looking at many of these teams, as you also look at who was just playing also.
Talking about Akron.
Akron and
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. Been a close game. These games are better than we thought they were going to be because of the difference from NIL and the more scholarships available now for these programs. But what are some of the lower seeds you expect to probably one that surprised you?
Yeah, I mean, I want to talk a little about the Santa Clara team. The interesting thing, we talk about NIL and transfer portal and college sports in general. It's kind of crazy. We see it in college football with coaches leaving, then players leave. Santa Clara had 6 to 7 guys on this roster who are played on this team last year. They kept the same team together regardless of what the portal. You know, Santa Clara is there on the West Coast. Guys could have gone to Stanford. Guys could have gone to Sacramento State and all those other schools down there in the West Coast, but they stuck with the coaching staff that was there at Santa Clara. And here they are, a 3-bid West Coast Conference team with Gonzaga and St. Mary's. We saw both those teams in action yesterday. I think Santa Clara got a little bit of disrespect because St. Mary's and Gonzaga are obviously the tippy top of the West Coast Conference. Those are the teams that everybody expects to make the tournament every year. Santa Clara was kind of on the outside looking in for majority of the year, and then they finally beat Pacific, and they beat St. Mary's to get to the WCC championship game. And they're earning the right. This is why you play the games on the court, not on paper. Another team, VCU. VCU is a really good team. We shocked Smart a couple years ago with them beating Kansas. They beat North Carolina yesterday, and probably one of the craziest comebacks you'll see in this tournament this year. They were down by 18. North Carolina misses free throws down the stretch, fourth quarter, second half, and then they go to overtime, and both teams combined 1 for 12 from the field. And VCU, Terrence Hill Jr. with a step-back 3 to put them in front. North Carolina has no answer, and the Rams are marching on and knock off a blue blood with North Carolina. I know they were missing Caleb Wilson, their star freshman guard, but that's just how North Carolina goes down, and especially with what the resources Hubert Davis has there with the Tar Heels program. But yeah, I think NIL last year was kind of a one-trick pony where you have a lot of chalk and a lot of the blue bloods spending a lot of money and winning a lot of games. Right now, it seems we're seeing a lot of teams. Kennesaw State pushed Gonzaga last night. Penn hung around with Illinois for a bit, but Santa Clara here, Akron's hanging around. Wright State leading Virginia 19-13, and that's the beauty of March, Farley. Games are not decided by dollar signs; they're decided by play on the court. So it's exciting to see the least of what's going on here. And hey, if Wright State beats Virginia, my bracket's busted. I had Virginia making a run. So I think I tried to do a quick look before I got here. Here at Buffalo Wings, a really nice crowd here still on hand. So 68th will be here until about 6 o'clock. We're going to come down and eat some good food and watch some basketball. I was looking, Nick Sainer, of all the talent that is in the league, Nick Sainer's up by 10 points on me currently in the standings in our bracket challenge so far. But that's so far. A lot can change, like you said.
A lot of basketball left. A lot of upsets yesterday. A lot of teams that should have won didn't win. As we look at Texas Tech, 62-53 against Akron. As we look at Nebraska,
Santa Clara 3 to take the lead. Kentucky on the other end. Oh my gosh, he just banked it in. Wow. So Santa Clara hits a 3 on the other end to take a 3-point lead, 2.4 seconds left. Kentucky takes a heave from close to half court, banks it home. So Kentucky and Santa Clara are heading to overtime, 73-73. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
The moments of March. Santa Clara.
This place is going crazy.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, Nick Sainer just did a lap pretty much around the entire building here. He picked Santa Clara, he said, so he's sweating this one out. But yes, if you're not watching, if you want to join the conversation, 402-464-5685. And sorry, him do the text line. Farley has on his end, but yeah, they're looking to see if he got the shot off. He clearly did, it looks like. But Santa Clara looks like they're moments away from knocking off the Wildcats. But Kentucky, a lifeline to keep their season alive. And that's the beauty of March. We just talked about the underdog teams, the smaller schools having life. Kentucky has second life with that kind of shot. And that's what March is all about, Terrell.
All right, as we check on the women's basketball team, it's 9-8. Lady Huskers are down by 1. 4:39 left in the first quarter. So they don't go by halves. They go by quarters here in women's basketball. Virginia's up. Wright State. Well, Virginia's up now 21-19 on Wright State. Arizona's who is they playing?
They're playing the Long Island Sharks. So
yeah.
Who does the fins up when they
okay, so they're down by 20. So
that game's been over for a while.
Yeah.
12-2 run to start for the Wildcats. So I mean, 16-1 may not happen this year, but maybe I just jinxed it. You never know with March Madness. Florida.
When we talk about the win for Nebraska and the people that showed up, would you expect there to be more people Saturday than they was Thursday when we played this game?
Here?
No, in Oklahoma City.
I mean, here in Oklahoma City. Yeah, I totally expect that because not only is that a game that's tipping off around 7:45 approximately down there in Oklahoma City, but people are getting off work today, making the trip down there. People are going to be leaving work at 5 o'clock today, making the trip down, quick drive down to Oklahoma City, and be able to spend a weekend there. You're seeing history. Nebraska's in, I would say, uncharted territory. You're playing with house money at this point because you've never been to the round of 32. And you're only 40 minutes of basketball away from making it to the Sweet 16, potentially playing a team like Florida, a defending national champion. If you asked anybody back in November, hey, is Nebraska going to be playing potential defending champion Florida in, when the spring game's going on, people would have been like, oh, you're nuts. It's not happening. But there's a real possibility of that happening now if Nebraska can take down Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt, no slouch of a team. Any team that's in the round of 32 earned the right to be there. And they're going to be a tough group. They have really good guard play, and that takes you very far in the NCAA tournament. For some, Wisconsin has good guard play, and they lost a High Point. But it'll be a grudge match against Vanderbilt. It should be a very exciting game. Nebraska took over Oklahoma City on Thursday, but I think you expect even more attendance, watch parties down there in OKC for Husker Nation because it's history. And you're maybe a part of it. You saw it on Thursday, what that was like and meant for that group. You saw Fred Hoiberg talking with Andy Katz on the broadcast after with the team around him. You could tell how much that meant not only for the coaches, the staff, the fans, but you have a chance to continue to write history and keep this magical season going on because, it's going to end at some point, whether it be cutting down the nets in April, whether it be ending tomorrow night. It's going to end at some point, and that's the last time we'll see this group of players suit up together as one.
All right, y'all. Plenty of food here, plenty of TVs here, plenty of basketball. Lady Huskers are still on the court. I think it's 8-9 right now against Baylor. First quarter
coming
for
back
women.
Yep.
So just come out here to Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O. Check us out. Come eat with the guys. Come have a drink with Nick Sainer. Chill out with Bock. We'll be right back here at 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to March Mayhem. Live coverage of the NCAA tournament from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wake up, Lincoln. You're not dreaming. Schaefer Sleep Gallery has closeout mattresses up to 50% off. Hurry in now for the best selection and savings on Serta Beauty Rest and Sutherland closeouts. We're talking one-of-a-kinds, floor models, and closeouts up to 50% off. Plus, Schaefer Sleep Gallery has free local delivery on any closeout Serta Beauty Rest and Sutherland mattress while they last. So hurry in to save hundreds. Plus, free local delivery on closeout mattresses in the Sleep Gallery at Schaefer's. 48th and R, Lincoln.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com. Husker fans, baseball is back in Lincoln, and it's time to get your tickets to Nebraska baseball. Catch great matchups all season long as the Huskers take on some of the top teams in the Big Ten, including Indiana, USC, and Iowa. Plus, don't miss midweek action against in-state rival Creighton and regional matchups with Kansas and Kansas State. Bring the whole family. General admission tickets start at just $10 or grab reserved seats for $15. Don't miss your chance to be part of the action this season. Get your tickets today by visiting huskers.com/tickets or by calling 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
In communities like ours, local relationships still matter. At Insight Partners, we believe we are better together. That's why insurance agencies across the Midwest have joined Insight Partners to better serve local customers and communities with all their insurance needs. From personal to commercial or specialty insurance, your local Insight Partners team is here to help protect what matters most. Insight Partners, better together. Learn more at myInspartners.com.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be warm with an afternoon high near 85. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, low around 50. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. Be breezy and hot with a high near 93. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
Sandhills Global is growing right here in Lincoln. With our expanding campus and continued growth, we're hiring across a wide range of careers, from interns to experienced professionals. Join the team at Sandhills Global and build your career with competitive pay, great benefits, and real opportunities to grow. Visit sandhills.jobs to view openings and apply today. That's sandhills.jobs.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
John just tried Runza's new Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger with its sweet heat bacon jam, pepper jack cheese, bacon, and cream cheese.
Whoa, this burger's like totally...
What?
You know,
Not sure I'm getting it.
it's totally jammin'.
Ah, I see. Well, don't jam with your mouth full. Try the Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
You're listening to March Mayhem, live coverage of the NCAA tournament from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Hey, welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm with Nick Wyman, who's with me right now as we watch the Lady Huskers play Baylor. They're down 19-8 right now. Texas Tech is up 66-60 over Akron. Virginia's up. They're down.
They're tied right now.
They're
tied.
Wright State 32, Virginia 29, 34-29 now. Looks like Kentucky is trying to run away with this Santa Clara game, 83-79. Couple of more seconds left, and I'll have another W on my bracket, which is busted and disgusted because of all the losses yesterday. Nick, what's your ticket rank?
So I was doing a little research before. I think I'm 120th, which is not bad. Not bad for a first day. We have one perfect bracket so far entering today. We had one of the 800 that were entered. How many
points in the first game yesterday was total?
I think first points.
How many total points in the first day?
I think the total points is 160 because there's 10 points for each game. So I think there was one perfect bracket after the first day. So whoever you are, you have bragging rights over all this. You're the last one standing. I don't know after this Kentucky game that you will be 83-79 to go with under a second. Yeah, it looks like Kentucky is going to hold on against Santa Clara. Crazy game. That's what March is all about. But I looked through the personalities that we have here and the talent we have here at the ticket. Nick Sainert led by 10 points of everybody. He has Iowa State winning it all, though. And then I'm in second so far. So it's early. There's plenty of games.
There's no second places in college basketball.
Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last.
You're not first, you're last. So there's no second place. As we look at the rest of these guys, Lady Huskers down 19-11 with 55 seconds left in the first quarter. Kentucky look like they're going to run away with it, 84-79 with 31 seconds left. Texas Tech 67-62 with 7 minutes to go. Arizona running away with it 53-29 over Long Island University right here. All right, man. As we talk, let's move on to wrestling. Yeah. Nebraska wrestling put themselves in a great position yesterday. I think they have 25 points, 27 points. I think Penn State has like a 15-point lead on them, and they're probably
as expected
5 less than the top five teams. 5 points or less than Nebraska is the other team. I think Iowa's sitting at the end of 21 point something. But it's a great day for the Huskers, man, when you talk about all the sports out here, giving Nebraska a lot of recognition, giving the school a lot of exposure. Wrestling team has a good time on Nebraska women. They're not going to go out without a fight. Men yesterday. So great to be a Husker right now.
There's a lot going on. I think there's a little bit of everything for everybody. Wrestling, you touched on that. I mean, yesterday, first day, a lot going on across the board. Full day of action down there. DP's been down there in Cleveland giving us some really good content. If you want to go on our social media pages, Facebook and Twitter specifically, a lot of Jacob Van D won a match earlier today against Gage Walker from Missouri to keep his season alive. And the Wrestlebacks winning that one. Nebraska has 7 guys in the semifinals tonight, so it's really exciting. Brock Hardy, one of those guys, Antrell Taylor. It's across the board. It's very exciting. And Nebraska's going to have some really good representation championship Saturday more than likely. But, yeah, as you mentioned, Penn State, they are legit. They have been the top dog in NCAA wrestling for quite some time now. They've been really good. They have so many number 1 ranked wrestlers. and they're going to be there. There's a reason they have such a good team and such a good lead. So that's going on right now. It's March Madness. March Madness, I think, is the term they call for it. That's going on across the day. ESPN Plus covering that. ESPN will also be carrying some of those semifinal matches tonight. And then tomorrow, championships tomorrow. You'll have Nebraska basketball playing, obviously, at 7:45, but you also will be having wrestling championships. Championship matches start around 5:30 from Cleveland, Ohio, the home of the Cavaliers. It looks like Kentucky is going to win right now. I'm keeping the eyes on the score. Farley, I want to put you on the spot here. Famous NBA player went to Santa Clara. Let's see if you know. Famous NBA player, point guard, well, 2-time MVP.
Steve Nash.
There we go. I was gonna just put you on the spot there.
So you can't. I'm too much of a sports guy.
I like it.
I'm too much of a sports guy. I don't talk it a lot, but I know a lot of stuff when it comes down to who these guys are.
Yeah, so that's where they went. Santa Clara, that is where Steve Nash is from, West Coast Conference School. Kentucky's at the line right now. It looks like the Wildcats are going to survive and advance. Kentucky's they're a blue blood program, and this was a trendy pick. Everybody had them potentially losing that game because of what Mark Pope and that team has done. They haven't had the best of seasons like Kentucky basketball you would assume they would have in post years. Kentucky under John Calipari, they had so many NBA greats go through that program, whether it be the Willie Cauley-Stein, the Karl Anthony Towns era, the Devin Bookers, whether it be a couple of years ago, Bam Adebayo and De'Aaron Fox, and that's going to do it. Kentucky, it survives and advances into the second round. So Kentucky will either get Iowa State or Tennessee State. The Iowa State-Kentucky game could be very interesting, probably, because Iowa State's a very grinded-out defensive team. They have been picked off by a couple times against TCU and teams of that other tournament teams, but that's the madness in March. I want to talk to you a little bit more about Nebraska's win yesterday. We were here about 24 hours ago, sitting right here in these same seats, same spots. What did you kind of gather from yesterday? I know a lot of people talk about the game, like Price Sanford going off, but in the moment for the fans, we saw here when people were smiling ear to ear, seeing cheers, everything was just so exciting throughout. I guess what just kind of stood out to you from that, just from a fan standpoint, not just only here at Buffalo Wings Rings, but also just across the state, because social media was awesome to see.
I think when we watched this game yesterday, we seen a different team second half. Very more putting a dagger in them in the second half. Like whatever speech Fred gave to them to give them to their momentum. But we need that. We're going to need that momentum at the beginning of this Vandy game. We're going to need that momentum at the beginning of games now, because you get down to the field of 16, the field of 30, 32, and these teams are hungry, just like you are. It depends who wants it more. So Nebraska has, just stay calm, and I think Price Sanford has a good feel for that gym. Yep. I think Jamarcus Lawrence has a great feel for this gym. I think if we get little Sammy Hoiberg rolling, then I think this team will do very well in the future.
Yeah, you look at Price Sanford, he's shooting 40% from beyond the arc with 3+ made three-pointers per game for the Cornhuskers, while averaging 18 points per game. You had Rink Masson, he's averaging 10 points per game, a very quiet 10 points with 5 rebounds and 3 assists over the past 10 games. And everyone's talking about the Rink Masson resurgence. He's still averaging 10 points and 5 boards and 3 assists in the past 10. Then you go to the other side of Vanderbilt, Tyler Tanner. He's averaging almost 20 points a game, 5 assists, 2 steals for the Commodores. And then you got a guy like Duke Miller alongside him. He's averaging 14.4, 4 assists, and 2 steals over the last 10. So there is some really quality guard play with this Commodores team. They love to score the ball. They average 80 points per game, 30 rebounds, 14 assists, 6 steals, and around 3 blocks per game, while they shoot around 45.6% from the field. So, and then while their opponents are averaging around 78 points per game. So I'm expecting a shootout between these two teams, because Vanderbilt isn't going to be the most elusive defensive team Nebraska's seen all year. They're going to throw some stuff that Nebraska hasn't seen while they play in the SEC conference and play some really quality teams on there. I mean, they beat Florida in the SEC semifinals to end up playing the defending, the eventual champions in Arkansas. But they're not the best defensive team in the world, but they can score the ball, they shoot at a high rate, and those teams like that get tough to beat in March. But hey, you do the flip side, like you said, if Price Sanford gets hot, Nebraska could be the same way. Nebraska probably has the edge on defense. It'll just depend on if Nebraska can make some big-time shots. Let's see, Kentucky, they probably had an edge in every facet of this game against Santa Clara, but they made the big-time shots. And when the big-time shots go down in March, it's undeniable, and that's how you win.
All right, we're gonna take another break, and we'll be back, and we'll talk a little football when we come back. Some new rules, Nick. I want to show you some new rules and show you what the NCAA is doing with the long pants.
We can also talk about the spring game as well. We have about 20 minutes next. We can talk about what our thoughts
Well,
are.
we have to go to break first to pay the bill, so we'll be right back. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
You're listening to March Mayhem, live coverage of the NCAA tournament from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Wake up, Lincoln. You're not dreaming. Schaefer Sleep Gallery has closeout mattresses up to 50% off. Hurry in now for the best selection and savings on Serta Beauty Rest and Sutherland closeouts. We're talking one-of-a-kinds, floor models, and closeouts up to 50% off. Plus, Schaefer Sleep Gallery has free local delivery on any closeout Serta Beauty Rest and Sutherland mattress while they last. So hurry in to save hundreds. Plus, free local delivery on closeout mattresses in the Sleep Gallery at Schaefer's. 48th and R, Lincoln.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement. Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net. Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be warm with an afternoon high near 85. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, below around 50. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. Be breezy and hot with a high near 93. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Go hog wild, Pit Barbecue.
If the week's been too hectic to even think about dinner, or your family can't handle one more night of leftovers, then it's time to let Hog Wild do the cooking. Hog Wild's family packs are one heck of a good deal for a complete barbecue meal loaded with all the smoked meats, tasty sides, buns, and sauces you need to feed your family. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Husker fans, baseball is back in Lincoln, and it's time to get your tickets to Nebraska baseball. Catch great matchups all season long as the Huskers take on some of the top teams in the Big Ten, including Indiana, USC, and Iowa. Plus, don't miss midweek action against in-state rival Creighton and regional matchups with Kansas and Kansas State. Bring the whole family. General admission tickets start at just $10 or grab reserved seats for $15. Don't miss your chance to be part of the action this season. Get your tickets today by visiting huskers.com/tickets or by calling 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
Sandhills Global is growing right here in Lincoln. With our expanding campus and continued growth, we're hiring across a wide range of careers from interns to experienced professionals. Join the team at Sandhills Global and build your career with competitive pay, great benefits, and real opportunities to grow. Visit sandhills.jobs to view openings and apply today. That's sandhills.jobs.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up simple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Siffle. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. You're listening to March Mayhem. Live coverage of the NCAA tournament from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back right here to Bock and the Blackshirt. Eric is always talking. Eric says, oh, Farley definitely going to be last. Right now, I think me, Kenny, and Bock are in last place in the respective brackets for the ticket. We checked them earlier. Some guy, he's still perfect. One guy, Nick Sainer was up there. Nick W's up there.
Early.
But unfortunately, you guys can't win. So,
well, if you we're hoping you get a little taste of your medicine. You were bragging about last year already.
That's not the ticket. That wasn't my ticket.
Oh,
bracket.
okay.
That was my regular bracket. I have a regular bracket.
Now you're changing the narrative.
Oh, no. I'm in the ticket bracket this year, but my single bracket that I only put 2 brackets out last year.
Okay.
My best bracket was not in the ticket. I didn't put it in there. I wanted to save it for the rest of the world to see.
Give somebody else a chance.
Yeah.
All
right. I'm going to tell you some key rule changes for 2026 football season. Targeting. First targeting offenders are no longer suspended for the next game. A second offense results in first half suspension, while a third offense causes a full game suspension.
I like that.
3 targeted, 3 targeted in a year, you have to sit out a game.
I like that one because let's say you get targeting the fourth quarter of a game that's 42-0 or 42-14, and then you're missing a starter for the next game, and it's like, did they mean it in that time? Sometimes there is also still a vague definition of what targeting is. Like, obviously, it's you lead with the head to the crown of the helmet, but it's still very vague in what targeting is and what is not. We've seen some calls, especially, last year, Iowa, Nebraska on that Black Friday game, there was, what is targeting? We still don't know what it is years ago. 3 strikes and you're out, essentially, is what they're going to. And I think that's a good term of that, because just one time and you get suspended for half. Hey, shame on you, naughty. Now you get 3 strikes and you're out. So I like that one.
All right, targeting appealing. Conferences can appeal a second targeting offense via video review by the NCAA National Coordinator of Football Officials. So you can appeal the second one. Don't know about the third and first one, though.
I like that, because the second one, you can maybe get that one appealed, and then you're back to phase 1, and then you still have those 2 strikes left on your name. Yeah, I mean, and you should be able to appeal it because you can send in the reel, get the video. Sometimes you see a targeting call that's not targeting, and it gets called, and then, hey, like Nate Gary's a very famous one when he had in the Holiday Bowl or the Foster Farmers Bowl against UCLA years ago was called for targeting when it clearly wasn't targeting. But you can appeal that and potentially get a strike back essentially for targeting.
All right, next one is fair catch kick. Any team may attempt a field goal or drop kick immediately following a valid fair catch.
Is that true?
This is the new rules that came out. Key changes for 2016-26.
I don't know. I mean, I guess. I mean, it's still a lot of people. Well, you don't really see a ton of kick returns and punt returns in the day of college football now. I know they changed the kickoff alignment, the kickoff, how it goes, and you still just see a lot of fair catches because guys just want the ball at the 30-yard line or the 25-yard line, depending on what league you're playing in. That's a interesting one, to say the least. But, yeah, I mean, most people just fair catch the ball in college football. You see a lot. Nebraska's trying to get some kick returning. We see it from time and time again. Tommy Hill was one of them before then. But, hey, special teams is the third phase of the game.
All right. Offensive pass interference. Offensive pass interference penalty yards is reduced from 15 to 10 yards.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, college, obviously, it's spot of the, it's not spot of the foul like it is in the NFL. Do you like that rule in pass interference? Like, so in college, it's defensive pass interference is 15 yards, but in the NFL, it's spot of the foul. You could throw the ball 30 yards downfield, and you get pass interference, and you get the ball 30 yards downfield.
I don't like that. I'd rather have the 10 yards. You got to make them. You got to make them fight for it. Got to go for it. I mean, throwing the ball just down there to get a pass interference, I don't like that because it can go both ways. Most of the time, the offense wins it because of their offensive status. But most of the time, when they push off, they don't get called for it. I think it's a great rule just to go 10 yards, and that's it. I mean, that's great.
I also like it too because, like you said, like you shouldn't get 40 yards on a penalty unless it's like something insane. But most of the time, 15 yards I think is a good chunk. You get a first down plus a little bit of a bonus, and you still have to earn a touchdown. You still have to earn it. You're not throwing it from the 45-yard line to the end zone, pass interference. Oh, you got the ball at the 1-yard line now. And then you get a 1-yard rush. Most of the time when you're on first and goal from the 1, majority of the time, the percentages are probably pretty high that you're punching that one in. So, I agree with that. 10 yards for offense I think is nice because 15 is kind of a lot because people want to watch offense. That's just how football is nowadays, very offensive. The teams who are really good are putting up good offensive numbers. Back in the day, defense was the name of the game. Now it's a very offensive-heavy sport where offense is very favored. But, yeah, I think 10 yards is fine. That's college football, right? College football. What was the big rule change you were going on about the other day? The pants? You have to have the pants?
They didn't agree to that.
Really?
So now that they didn't agree to the pants all the way down to the knees, they didn't vote. That vote didn't go through. I have it right here in my notes. Let me see what it is.
Because there's a player on Oklahoma's kicker. His pants are like short shorts, essentially. They look like he's out there wearing like those jean shorts that people wear to like country music concerts. He's out there like that. So
they said short shorts will remain in college football. They said the proposal that would have required players to wear full leg coverings was not approved today. So technically, maybe they can vote for it again before the end of the season. A lot of people worry about the pants. I worry about the pants too because people always talk about, well, we need to figure out targeting before we figure out a thing like pants, legs being all the way down. But once your child or a player from your team blows his knee out because of not having full length a knee pad over his knee, then it's not a concern until a kid get hurt.
Well, in high school football, the refs are always like, "Hey, put your pants over your knee." It's like it's a requirement in high school. Here in Nebraska, you're required to have your pants over your knee per the NSA rules. And it should be. Everybody dresses uniform. I think that's a big. That's why you wear a uniform, and that's what teams do. You have to wear a uniform and be a part of the uniform. It's just pants at the end of the day, but still, like if you blow out a knee, you're never getting it back.
Yeah,
that's safety first. It's a dangerous sport to begin with. That's just a part of the game. Sadly, there's the sad part of the game with injuries, and of course, but I think pants over the knees has to be a thing. I mean, I get it. You're a kicker for Oklahoma. You don't get hit, but there's still that possibility where you're roughing the kicker happens, you get hit, and you land wrong. But yeah, I remember that one was kind of weird because you've seen the guys, defensive ends wearing pants like that. But yeah, I think it's kind of on the back burner for the NCAA because targeting obviously is one of the bigger outliers they have to focus on with the rule changes. So should be interesting to say the least. Yeah, it's college football. We're almost there. Spring game next Saturday.
Saturdays. I don't know if Lady Huskers or the men are in the Sweet 16. I take it takes over that Saturday. I don't think football has a saying in what goes on the next couple of weeks because of how good the basketball team is going. When you look at it, I think football is interfering with the Sweet 16 date because of the new early start date that Matt Rule has started. But we're not going to let it take away from our Husker basketball because they're doing too good for not to cheer.
Well, I want to ask you about this. So right now they're not practicing this week because they're on spring break.
Yeah.
So players are traveling elsewhere. Players are maybe running and maybe staying in shape. I would assume they are because they're college athletes. They're very athletic people. So it's interesting to see what the team comes back next week because you're not installing anything new when you're 5 days away from the spring game. But you're coming back. You guys are coming. They're treating it like a bye week is what Matt Rule said in a sense. But during a bye week, you're practicing, though. You're still practicing on a daily basis. And then you have the Saturday off. But it's kind of a good simulation for that. But I am worried there might be some rust that comes into play because it is a spring game. We're not taking every little play with a grain. We're taking it with a grain of salt because you don't know fully what it's going to expect. I'd say the first 20, 25 plays of the spring game will be, what we're seeing out there. But then after that, it's a lot of backups and walk-ons getting a chance to play. So across the board.
All right. If you're not watching the Lady Huskers, they're down 23-21 to Baylor with 2 minutes and 57 seconds left in the second half. And when you watch this women's basketball team, we're talking about a Nebraska team who's probably only hitting two 2-point field goals or are still in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild. Did you see in the play-in game, the first 4 games, they hit 11 straight threes against Richmond, the Spiders. They're the first team in NCAA to do that this decade. Kaylin Hake was huge in that game. Britt Prince scored 22. Right now, Logan Nisley is driving the bus. She has 11 points, 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc. So I don't know what's in the air in Cameron Indoor for Nebraska. They're playing really well out there in Durham right now. Right now, the scoring across the board right now for Baylor, they have multiple players in the books. 6 different players have scored so far. If you look down the box so far, there's under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Nebraska trailing 23-21. Logan Nisley with 11. Kaylin Hake with 5. Britt Prince only with 2 points. So Nebraska is in this game with 2:45 to go in the first half. Britt Prince has 2 points off free throws. She's 0 of 5 from the field and 0 of 3 from 3. Nebraska's leading scorer has yet to establish herself in this game. When she's scoring 15, 18, 20 points a game, Nebraska's in a really good chance to win. They're playing a team like Baylor right now, who is a very good women's basketball program over not only this decade, but the past couple of decades. They're doing this right now. They're hanging with the Baylor team without their best scorer even being in the book. Amaya Hargrove, her resurgence throughout the year has been huge. She has 3 points. She's only 1 of 7 from the floor. Nebraska's only shooting 23%, but their 3-point shooting is what's keeping them in the game. 45%, 5 of 11 from the floor. And then you have Baylor, who is kind of on the flip side, 10 of 28, 36% from the floor, but they're only 18% from 3. So Nebraska can keep sitting around that 40, 45% line from the 3-point line. And Kaylin Hake, Logan Nisley, Amaya Hargrove, Britt Prince and company are starting to get Britt Prince going for sure. I think Nebraska has a really good chance of not only winning this game, but a chance to make it to the second day, which that would be Monday. So you have or Sunday. So you'd have a chance with Nebraska men yesterday, women today, Nebraska men on Saturday, and then Nebraska women potentially playing a Final Four contender in the Duke Blue Devils at their home court. This Duke basketball, we know what it's like for the men. Imagine Nebraska playing in that atmosphere against a team like that.
I don't think it's fair for women on their side when the other women get to play at home. I think it should be just like the men's tournament.
Yeah, so
where you never should have a number one playing at the same state, same arena. I think that's a home field advantage.
I get why they do it because attendance-wise. Because I don't know, you never know. Some of the programs like South Carolina travel well, LSU. UConn's Gino RM is running a great program, a historic program out there. Nebraska travels decent, but I wouldn't say compared to the schools I mentioned there. But I agree. I think you should treat the women's tournament just like the men's. Have the March Madness logo, because it is labeled as March Madness. It just kind of looks a little weird with having a Duke logo at midcourt. Have a little neutral site flavor to it. Play somewhere close. I get it. The logistics of it are a little different, but that is just the top 4 seeds in each region get to host their own thing. There's Britt Prince for 3. Hey, there it is. Britt Prince hitting her first shot of the game. Nebraska takes a 26-25 lead. If Britt Prince can get going like that, Nebraska's going to be a tough team to beat throughout. So, but I totally agree with you. I'd like to see the neutral sites and the March Madness logo on each of the courts for the women's because it does look a little downplayed. There's a steal there for Nebraska. Easy lay-in on the other side. Nebraska up by 3. What did I say? Get some baskets going, make some shots. There they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see Eric's giving me some slack in the chat. Eric's pretty good. I said Westland yesterday, like Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck. What do you say, Nick? Because college athletes are very athletic people. Very insightful, Nick. Yeah. I mean, hey, we saw yesterday a Villa for St. Louis center, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Nerd. I wouldn't say he's the most athletic guy in the world, but
they gave him a new name now. I think he was called Kevin McHale now. I have to find. I have to see that. I see it.
College athletes, DJ Burns wasn't the most athletic guy for NC State a couple years ago, and look what he did. So, Eric, I mean, yes, college athletes are very athletic people, but not all of them. I'm sitting next to one right here. Farley, you say you're pretty athletic still.
Yeah, I'm pretty athletic.
To say the least.
Yes, I can do curling. I can do swimming.
1v1. You said you can 1v1 everybody here, too.
Yeah, I will 1v1 everybody. I'm great on Call of Duty. So, you know what it is.
I meant in basketball, not Call of Duty 1v.
Well, I'm good at everything.
Definitely.
All right, let's get ready to close out the show, man.
We still have another hour.
We still have another hour, but Nebraska women are 28-27 halftime. They outscored Baylor 17-8 in the second half. We'll keep you more updated on that. Who else just won?
Arizona's up big right now. They're up by 30. A ton of other college basketball games going on. Wright State, we'll get a little update on that here.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more when we come back on Bock and the Blackshirt. Next, we'll just do 93.7 The Ticket regular station roll call.
Let's go for it.
All right.
See you on the other side.
You're listening to March Mayhem, live coverage of the NCAA tournament from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sandhills Global is growing right here in Lincoln. With our expanding campus and continued growth, we're hiring across a wide range of careers from interns to experienced professionals. Join the team at Sandhills Global and build your career with competitive pay, great benefits, and real opportunities to grow. Visit sandhills.jobs to view openings and apply today. That's sandhills.jobs.
John just tried Runza's new Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger with its sweet heat bacon jam, pepper jack cheese, bacon, and cream cheese.
Whoa, this burger's like totally.
What?
You know.
Not sure I'm getting it.
It's totally jammin'?
Ah, I see. Well, don't jam with your mouth full. Try the Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
Biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. And let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. And get a house that you're going to be happy with. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
If you're tired of the dieting circuit paradox but still want to look, feel, and perform better, you need to get to Nutrition Authority and ask about our nutrition coaching featuring LifeBase. LifeBase takes a complex world of nutrition and makes it simple with real results that last. Stop in to learn more or check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney location. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And electrical.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. You're listening to March Mayhem, live coverage of the NCAA tournament from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to Bock in the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley.
Who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome in, Bock in the black shirt, but minus the black shirt.
Yeah.
Quick sub, quick tagging. We made a sub. Farley's in foul trouble. We calling Bock's in here. Terrell is doing his thing here. He's still rocking the headband. I don't think the thing's gone off his head, but Nick Wyman here alongside Jake Bachman, who's been here for the long haul as well here at Buffalo Wings Rig, 68th and 0, 9th September. Still a nice little crowd. I know the women are in action right now. They're up at half, a little pull ahead. Baylor late, Britt Prince finally getting going. Bock, how you doing? This is the first time I talked to you since I walked in. You had some wings. They smelled really good, to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely. It's awesome. People always argue between kind of the
what is it, the wing or the flat, and I got all flat. So they gave me a bonus one as because they were worried about me, and I said, you know what, I prefer flats. So it worked out perfectly. The buffalo wings were incredible. Yesterday I had lemon pepper wings. They got like a special lemony lemon pepper sauce as well here. So yeah, come on down, try it out. It's a lot of fun here. We do this every year. It's compared to yesterday, it was full of red Husker red while we're doing the watch party. Here, another Husker game going, like though, as you said, for the women, taking the lead in all important second quarter. A little bit worried after one that things might start to distance and separate from the Huskers, but they were able to storm back and take the lead now going into the break. So great things for Amy Williams and the Huskers. We'll see if they can get the second half done from Cameron Indoor. Cool to play in Cameron Indoor as well.
Yeah, I think it's. And we got Farley showing us T-shirts here. Yeah, I think you rock that for sure. But I think it's interesting. Britt Prince didn't score there until the last couple minutes in the first half, and all of a sudden Nebraska's shooting lights out from three during this game too. I think that's the biggest takeaway I have from playing these games in Durham. Nebraska's been able to hit the three ball at a high rate. Oppositions have it, and that's what Nebraska's doing. They're not shooting great from the floor as a whole. But they have a squad of people scoring. Logan Nisley, I think she's 3 of 4 so far. She was 3 of 3 to start from beyond the arc, so that helps a lot. But as you mentioned here, it's a nice crowd. We have open seats. Last time we were here yesterday around this time, there was like standing room only. I think I stood for the entire length of the Nebraska basketball game because there was nowhere to sit. And we have some good prizes to give away throughout the day. Farley is still searching through. I think he's looking for another T-shirt. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something over there, scouting out. He's getting a 3-legged stool shirt. But yeah, exciting times. We've seen some really good games so far. Maybe the game of the tournament with Kentucky and Santa Clara just happened.
Well, it's certainly a huge moment there. Santa Clara, of course, taking the lead there in the final seconds. Kentucky needed a bank shot to get in. And I always kind of like it. Now it's kind of, Kentucky's a blue blood. You don't feel bad for them at all, yes, no matter when they go out. But I always kind of like those moments of destiny where it's like it takes that, and then to see if they can kind of make a little bit of run will be fun. Also, Mark Pope, born in Omaha. I don't know how many people know that for Kentucky's head coach. So maybe that should be a reason. Like most people that are famous from Nebraska, I think he moved away as a child. But that's usually
he's like Lane Kiffin.
Yeah,
that's
Lane
right.
Kiffin,
Yeah, very not as controversial as Lane Kiffin.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe.
Well, he might be in Lexington, especially if they didn't win that game. They've got quite an expensive roster there. We know they put everything into Kentucky basketball. Still, I was surprised when they moved on from Calipari, and now we're seeing what he's doing at Arkansas. They paid him a pretty penny, and then to go get Pope, who was connected to the university, right? But and it's funny to see what the different strategies that teams go with over the years. So this guy is an outsider, and yeah, he's had success. Let's go get one of our guys. Of course, Nebraska football, unfortunately, has been through that before, and we've seen that happen. So it's just kind of funny. A lot of times you hire the opposite. You get tired of what you have going, as even if it's somewhat successful. And that's what this tournament can kind of bring, though, is all the sort of pressures that will be. I've been talking about it all day. I think, maybe one of the moments of the tournament so far has been North Carolina and Hubert Davis blowing that 19-point lead. And similar to Lexington, Chapel Hill not going to be happy with a first-round exit here. It's been a very bumpy ride for Hubert Davis, who, again, another similar situation, was not the name I expected. When that job came open after Roy Williams left, they decided, hey, let's go in-house once again. Former player, guy that was on the staff, all that sort of stuff. And so it's just, we'll see how that turns out. But then on the opposite end of it, to see Scott Cross get the job at Georgia Tech after Troy. I don't know how many people noticed that, but Scott Cross, the Troy head coach, who Nebraska beat yesterday, did get the job at Georgia Tech. It's been plenty and plenty. I think it's 25 plus years now since Georgia Tech was in the championship game there with Jarrett Jack and those guys. Maybe not that quite.
There's a name. There's a name right there.
It's been a while, but I remember when Georgia Tech made that run, and they've not been doing too much there with Damon Stoudemire as their head coach. So we'll see if Scott Cross can get it done. We built him up a little bit there with our talk on the radio about what he's been able to do, 20-win seasons, all that sort of stuff. And now he gets the job at Georgia Tech. So good send-off for him. Interesting day. A lot of emotions, I'm sure, throughout the day for Scott Cross.
Well, look at Scott Cross, what he did with Troy. That's you've seen the Sun Belt tournament, how it's matched up. You probably have to one bid league. You have teams with multiple buys throughout, and they've made it 2 years in a row. We've won 20-plus games with that Troy Trojans team. And, respectfully, they ran into a buzzsaw in Nebraska. But Troy, I mean, hey, heck of a team to get them to the tournament. You mentioned Jarrett Jack at Georgia Tech. I'll throw you a Jose Alvarado.
There you go. There's a good name.
That was probably the last time they were ever in the tournament. Josh Pastner was the coach.
Yes,
he's now at UNLV, I believe.
He's been jumping around a little bit too, didn't he?
Yeah, I think that was. I think it might have been the COVID year that he was a part of that team with Jose Alvarado and company with the Yellow Jackets. But yeah, I mean, good job for the guy. I mean, hey, what he did at Troy with the amount of resources it has. I mean, Troy does have some solid athletic programs. Seen their football team make bowl games year in, year out. They beat Nebraska recently, sadly, to say the least. But revenge game in the sorts for the university yesterday against the Trojans. But yeah, Scott Cross going to Georgia Tech. He's going to have a lot of work to do with Georgia Tech to bring them back. Their basketball program. I don't remember the last time they made a tournament. It's probably 2021.
2021.
That was probably the Jose Alvarado season. But they,
2004 was the runner-up season, by the way. I was talking about Jared Jack.
Yeah, so it's been a while since they've been a staple to a NCAA tournament run. I don't remember their last winning season. But they just need something because they're playing a conference loaded with blue bloods, North Carolina, and your Dukes of the world standing on top of that conference for the majority of the time. NC State's another good basketball program who hired Will Wade. Virginia's been a really good basketball program for a number of years. So Georgia Tech needs something there. And Scott Cross, I mean, hey, rightfully deserved. 20-plus wins, multiple years with Troy, and doing what he can with the program there at the Trojans had to offer.
Yeah, and Georgia Tech was 2-16 in the ACC this past year, so clearly a change needing to be made. And it's interesting to see, too, there's all sorts of former players as coaches, Fred Hoiberg among them, in the NCAA tournament. Kind of surprised to see some of these names that pop back up that, maybe I once knew but did not know where they were at. John Gross over there at Akron, I think, is where he's at now.
Yes.
Former Illinois coach. I didn't even know. So it's kind of fun to see those names pop back up and to see that they're having success. But also just interesting, like I said, kind of with Damon Stoudemire, a little bit of the run of, let's get the ex-player with the name recognition and see if he can get it going here. Just never worked out there. And I think more often than not, it's a bit of a gamble. But obviously, so is hiring a mid-major coach like they're doing. So, there's no clear way to say it. I always say it. If there's a handbook for this sort of stuff that was proven with 100% results, you'd be the athletic director everywhere, right? I mean, you'd have the secret answer. There's no secret answer to this. Best of luck to Scott Cross with the Ramblin' Wreck, as long as they don't run into Nebraska again.
It could happen, but that's down the road. Out of yesterday, I wanted to ask you what really stood out across, Nebraska, obviously, don't want to bury the lead, but Nebraska is the biggest storyline of the men's tournament yesterday. What really stood out to you the other 15 games that went on? Because there were some good basketball games throughout. We saw a lot of them here throughout the day at Wings and Rings here at 68th and 0. But there were some really good storylines, some good games that came out throughout. Put you on the spot. What was one of the games that really stood out to you? Because I know one that I'm going to talk about that really caught my eye in the performance of one team in the tournament from yesterday.
Well, like I said, for me, it was partially, obviously, you're paying attention to the Big Ten schools. Wisconsin was just hot. I mean, that's a team you did not want to see in the latter half of the year. And so for them to go down to High Point, I've mentioned it before, but I'll say it again here. And I'm going to go up and grab Craig Gard's seasons there. It's got to be over a decade now that he's been at Wisconsin. I'll double check to make sure, probably just around there since Bo Ryan retired. But still, Sweet 16 is the highest that they've ever gone under Gard. And I review him. I look at him as one of the best coaches in the Big Ten year after year, but there seems to be some sort of, whatever it is, a difficulty in winning in this specific tournament. So yeah, he took over in 2015, 2016, and again has had, more often than not, 20-win seasons, a winning season every year except for 2017. I mean, they're making the tournament, but his first 2 years they meet the Sweet 16. Since then, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The last 9 seasons can't get even out of the second round. So, and these are good teams. There's been some good players over the years there. So I think that one definitely stood out. And then the North Carolina one that I mentioned too. I was trying to stay up to watch Gonzaga. They were pretty fun squad that they've got. Particularly like their point guard. Kennesaw State gave them a little bit of a run there last night, but I'll be honest, I fell asleep before the end of it.
I was live last night at 11 o'clock, and when the tip times got announced for tomorrow as well, so I was able to catch the end of that one. That was the last game standing. The biggest storyline for me, obviously, you mentioned VCU coming back in that game. Terrence Hill Jr. hitting that step-back 3 to win that game to knock off North Carolina in a that overtime period was kind of gross. Both teams combined 1 of 12 from the floor. It looked like a sub-district basketball game at times, sometimes a high school game. St. Louis, the Billikens, is the team that caught my eye. A team who has guys like Robbie Avila. 2 years ago, this team was an Indiana State coach was there as well as Robbie Avila, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Luke Nerd, whatever you want to call him as a nickname. This team was 28-5, around there. They got left out of the NCAA tournament for that Virginia team that played that famous first 4 game where they didn't score for 30-some minutes of actual game time against Colorado State. So the Indiana State team ended up making a run to the NIT semifinals with Robbie Avila and that team. They get in the tournament this year as a 9 seed, and they beat the brakes off of Georgia.
Yeah,
some people had a lot of high hopes on for the Bulldogs. 102-77. St. Louis, they have so many good scores. Dion Brown scored 18. He made 9 of 10 from the floor. They're a very efficient team. Their defense efficiency is really good, too. They play with a very good pace. And if they're going to play like that, that's the first game tomorrow against Michigan. Michigan's going to be a tough task, but it wouldn't be the first time we've seen a 9 or an 8 seed knock off a 1 seed and send a 1 seed packing before the end of the first weekend of the big dance is over.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, that was one of those games that I had on, but it was not close for long.
Exactly.
So I did not stick around for too long to watch it because, and Georgia basketball, I mean, that's a program that struggles, and good for them for getting to back-to-back tournaments here. But yeah, I mean, that was not much of a game. The Billikens, it's great to see. I always think of Rick Majerus when he went there after Utah. But it's just it's a good program. And like you said, anybody scoring 100 against an NCAA tournament team is definitely feeling it. And so, that is an interesting game too. I think Michigan, it's kind of interesting. Obviously they've won a majority of the games. I don't know. There's just something about them that they don't like. Yexel Landenberg is like the only star player that can score 6 and nobody bats an eye, right? And so they do it as a team, and I get that. And it's always going to help to have a 7'3" and Ademar out there. That drastically changes any game. And so, they'll be favored, but I just had trouble, and I took Michigan all the way down. I took Iowa State of the Midwest region all together, and they're playing off. They're starting against Tennessee State here right now. I just don't. I think it's been a good year for Coach May, obviously, and they were spent a lot of the year at number 1. They could have the right recipe to get there, but like you're saying, this St. Louis team could be a big challenge for them. What's interesting there from beyond that is, we'll see Texas Tech. I think they were taking care of Akron. I don't know if that went final.
91-71.
91-71.
So, and people had a lot of – that was a trendy upset pick. People are like, oh, the Zips of the MAC. We saw with Miami, Ohio playing later today as well. Trendy pick because JT Toppin's out for the Red Raiders, and they're 4-4 now overall with JT Toppin absent. But 2 of those wins, they have an NCAA tournament win, and they have a win over Arizona on the road without that guy. So, hey, players stepping up, pretty good. I mean, hey, 4-4 is not a great record, but 2 of those 4 wins are pretty quality wins. I mean, any win in the big dance is big. I mean, just ask Nebraska yesterday. That's the biggest win in program history. So
absolutely.
Texas Tech moving on to tomorrow. Kentucky game we already mentioned. Wright State's giving Virginia a run for the money. Virginia, an interesting team. Ryan Odom's the coach there, who was the UMBC coach when they got upset Virginia a couple of years ago. Wright State out of the Horizon Conference, hanging around with the Cavaliers right now, 50-51. Also, as long as you want to join the conversation, Bock has the text lines here. Let's see if we got anything there. 402-464-5685, 402-468-5685. So,
Bill Bennett responding earlier. He said Terrell's in foul trouble. Is he running stadium stairs again? No, we don't have any. We don't have a stadium around us right now. Otherwise, he might be going and doing it. But
that's a good question. Where is he?
He might have left.
That's a good question. Where'd he go? He might be running. I mean, he could run down. If you're seeing him run down O Street, maybe
he's got the headband on. He's hard to miss.
Yeah, don't touch the headband. I did it yesterday and got I didn't say threatened, but I got a nice little chat. And then Nick was even closer to him pulling the headband, and he didn't like that either. It's kind of like Adrian Beltre, the former Rangers player. He didn't like getting his head touched.
I don't think most adult men do. I don't think you should probably do that to anybody.
Fair warning. I already got the warning. Got the warning from you here.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bill and Bennett for sure. Eric also in the chat. Eric's been here the entire time while here. He says Farley used to be athletic.
He's got some athleticism.
Don't ask him. Don't ask him that. He thinks he can 1v1 anybody in anything. So I don't know. Some of those sports may not be possible to 1v1 like curling, but that he mentioned earlier. But it is I don't know.
I was just impressed. I've never been able to jump, so it's not as compared to me just in general. He can still touch the air duct at 93.7 the ticket without much of a running start. He just wants to jump on, so he's still got some athleticism. Might not be peak Terrell Farley running around causing havoc against Florida in 1995-96 January, but he's still got a lot to it, and it's funny watching him over the years. It doesn't matter how many Red Bulls or Mountain Dews or all that. His body is able to fight it off and keep his athleticism there for him.
He's a character, to say the least. Before we go to break, Nebraska women holding a slim advantage right now. Now they're tied now, 35-35. Britt Prince, 10 points, 3 of 9 from the floor. And speak of the devil, there he is, Terrell Farley walking in. But yeah, 35-35 right now in a kind of a dogfight here between the Baylor Bears and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I guess, what do you think Nebraska has to do to get this one done? Because Nebraska, they were up, went on a little cold spell, but they fought all the way back right before half. They've been shooting the ball well from three. It's just, I'm just afraid we're going to see that slump where they've gone on in close games. So we've seen them in close games throughout the entire year. They're 19-12. Those 12 losses, I'd say over 75% of them they've been in those kind of games. But then there's a 5-6 minute slump where they can't score the basketball, and as we all know, that leads to not some great finishes in the game.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, you just got to keep it shooting well. You got to hope Baylor doesn't get going. They're defending the three well, or Baylor's just missing one way or the other. 2 of 13 from beyond the arc, so that's obviously something you're going to want to track, as opposed to Nebraska, 7 of 14 from beyond the arc. That was part of the recipe in the first 4 game, as they were just much better from beyond the arc. Here goes another shot. Didn't fall this time, but that will be one thing. And then obviously, you're going to want to win the rebounding battle and keep those opportunities going. That's one thing they're struggling a little bit against Baylor. Baylor's got 28 rebounds, Nebraska 17, but they do just take the lead once again. So you're not going to win every category, but if they could try to box out, get a few more rebounds there, limit the possessions for Baylor, and then keep defending that three, I think they'll be in a good spot.
So you got to get Britt Prince about 20 points. Oh, there's a nasty crossover there and missed on the other end. Baylor's really struggling from the three-point line throughout. There's another one going up right now, another miss. So I just think Nebraska knocked down some tough shots and stretch. They should have it because Baylor hasn't really shown anything from the under. We're going to go to break here. We'll see if Terrell Farley is back after his much-needed break after that 20-minute segment, 30-minute segment.
Yeah.
But Terrell, it looks like he's settling in, and he's back ready to go. He's like Paul Pierce when he went to the locker room during the NBA Finals. So we'll be back. 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com, 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to March Mayhem. Live coverage of the NCAA tournament from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
If the week's been too hectic to even think about dinner, or your family can't handle one more night of leftovers, then it's time to let Hog Wild do the cooking. Hog Wild's family packs are one heck of a good deal for a complete barbecue meal loaded with all the smoked meats, tasty sides, buns, and sauces you need to feed your family. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
The Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for their 14th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an exclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, they're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
The biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. And let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. And get a house that you're going to be happy with. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Back 9 Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back 9 Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back 9 Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back 9's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back 9 Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those 2 magical days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday, March 19th and 20th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday to get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it and stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsells. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings on 68th and O.
Wake up, Lincoln. You're not dreaming. Schaefer Sleep Gallery has closeout mattresses up to 50% off. Hurry in now for the best selection and savings on Serta Beauty Rest and Sutherland closeouts. We're talking one-of-a-kinds, floor models, and closeouts up to 50% off. Plus, Schaefer Sleep Gallery has free local delivery on any closeout Serta Beauty Rest and Sutherland mattress while they last. So hurry in to save hundreds, plus free local delivery on closeout mattresses in the Sleep Gallery at Schaefer's, 48th and R, Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be warm with an afternoon high near 85. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, low around 50. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. Be breezy and hot with a high near 93. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Dio Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Dio Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diotech online at diotech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
Way out there where the sun comes up under the big red sky, I do life the way I love, with family by my side. I feel home with me, no matter where I go.
proud of where we're from, excited for where we're going. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
You're listening to March Mayhem, live coverage of the NCAA tournament from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and Oak on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is me and Nick Wyman for the last little bit of the show. All right, Nebraska women are looking pretty good. I'm trying to see the score. They got it hit from me.
They've been in it for the route. I mean,
40-38. Nebraska women are winning against Baylor, the number 6 seed versus the number 11 seed. 3:17 left in the third quarter. Very strong performance by this lady team, man.
Yeah, I was telling Bock, they've been in games like this before. Oh, there's a cut to the basket right there.
42 to 3-point play.
Yeah, getting right to the basket there. They, like I said, they're 19-12 on the season. I'd say in over 80% of their losses, they've been in games like this where it's come down to the final quarter. So we've seen Nebraska teams have leads going into the fourth, and they've come up on the wrong end of games just due to droughts in the fourth quarter. So, we've seen these games before. They're gathering some momentum in a neutral site. So if they can win this game, they're marching on to Sunday. And I'd like to report that, hey, our bracket challenge that people entered, we had over 800, 900 people in it, which is a lot. I don't know how many were in last year, but there's so many of them. I can report there are no more perfect brackets in our bracket pool officially. All of them have busted. Kentucky must have done that. But we have a tie for first place. Where Jay Foreman now holds the lead of all the talent that we have here. He also picked Duke to win it all. So
where is he at?
Yes, he's in Oklahoma City.
What place is he in?
He's in like 5th.
He can't win.
Yeah, but still, bragging rights.
No bragging rights.
No bragging rights?
No.
You were bragging last year, though. But it wasn't in the ticket one, though.
Yeah, but he's not. He's talent.
So are you.
Yeah.
So are you.
It doesn't count for you guys. Only counts for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bragging rights only for me. So,
bragging rights only for you.
I let Bock brag a little bit. He's not even the Pick'ems champ anymore. I defeated him earlier this year to take over him.
So how'd you guys pick the college football games?
We picked 10 games a week.
10 games a week, just across the board?
Across the board.
Top game? Top 10 games?
Top 10 games. Top games of the week.
And you did all the bowl games, too?
Bowl games also.
You won.
I won.
Do you remember how – you clinched it even before the
I clinched it before the championship game.
And you guys just pick them outright, whoever just wins.
That's it. We don't do points. No need for points.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, we just pick them regularly.
Pick them regularly. So Nebraska up by 5 right now. Farley, I was going to talk to you about last time. What really stood out to you last time with college basketball? We talked about Nebraska winning and whatnot. We saw North Carolina blow that game. I think St. Louis was a very interesting one. The Billikens scored 102 points. They have Robbie Avila in that team with the Billikens. They were a team, Indiana State guys, who were left out of the tournament for a Virginia team a couple of years ago. They're an interesting bunch, and they're going to get Michigan tomorrow. And Michigan, obviously, Axel Lindenberg and company, they have a very talented team. They are very lengthy. That's what gave Howard some trouble. Interesting storylines to watch. That's the first game tomorrow. Nebraska not playing until 7:45 tomorrow night.
Long day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just to wait for that game.
Well, but you have all the games beforehand to watch.
I probably won't watch them. I'll probably just relax and,
chill.
get stuff done early in the daytime so I won't have to really worry about it at night. I think it's a perfect time for people, especially in the country, at 7:45 tip-off, that it'll be great for Nebraska. We get great exposure for Fred Hoiberg's team to be out there on center stage, especially against a Vanderbilt team that people from the South probably like to watch.
And, yeah, it's interesting because Vanderbilt this year, they were one of the remaining undefeated teams as well. At the same point when Nebraska, Arizona, Miami, Ohio were kind of in that same bulk of teams, they finally lost their first game of the season. So you have those kind of teams, and you have that kind of a situation. And now you're seeing them meet in the round of 32 against one another, the Commodores and the Cornhuskers. There's so many storylines, like I mentioned. They have really good guard play. They don't have the most elite defense in the country, but they are going to score points. They average around 85, 86 points per game. So athletic guards, you score a lot of points, and they're going to make some big-time shots. They'll be tough to beat. We still have a whole slate of games still left on the schedule for today, too, which is exciting because we haven't really seen the most shocking upset yet because we haven't seen a 15 over a 2. 14 seeds have come close. Penn, I was a big believer in the Penn. Hey, Cal Baptist is playing late tonight. I told you I was big on Cal Baptist. Their first time ever in the NCAA tournament. A lot of people didn't even know who they were before the even tournament began. I don't know how much you knew. I sort of knew about them, not a whole lot. I couldn't really tell you a whole lot. But they got some good guards. And Kansas is Kansas because they are a blue blood program, but they're not the Kansas we've seen who have been able to cut down the nets year after year. So it's the madness of March. You never really know until you get out there. Some teams are handling business like Houston. Iowa State's up right now. Gonzaga got a little bit of a fight from Kennesaw. So you never know until the game's over. 4 minutes, just like this Nebraska women's game, 45-38 with a minute 48 to go in the third quarter. Britt Prince starting to go on. She had 0 points near halftime. She's 6 of 10 from the floor and is 14 points now, Farley. So yeah, Nebraska gets their leading score going. Hey, they're really pulling ahead. Interesting times.
Yeah, great game by the women. Hope they can pull it off. Baylor's not a great outside shooting team.
No.
So, if we can hold them back, they just hit a 3. So 41-40, 45-41, 1:30 left in the third quarter. Nebraska women up on 6-seed Baylor.
With this being a Big 12 game, do you ever play Baylor during your time?
Yes.
Any fond memories of playing the Bears? Because they weren't what they were, college football.
No, they wasn't a great team. I think we beat them like 35-3 or something like that. It wasn't a game. It was a game of stats for us. So we didn't catch the great Baylor. But I wish we would have because we needed more competition out there, especially when they first got into the Big 12.
When I think of Baylor, the person that comes to mind for me is probably Robert Griffin III.
Well, Matt Rule.
Dang, you got me there.
So,
First person that comes to mind for me is probably Robert Griffin III, just because I remember growing up seeing him on the cover of the NCAA video game and kind of what he did for that Baylor Bears program. Because Baylor football, before RG3 kind of walked in, was just they were just kind of there. They weren't a great football program, and they were kind of the first one I thought of. Basketball, Nebraska, Baylor. This isn't the first time they've met on the hardwood in the NCAA tournament. Like I mentioned, 2014, Nebraska played Baylor in the men's tournament. Isaiah Austin, Pierre Jackson played in that one. I got out of school for that one, Farley. I don't know if I ever told you that story. My mom got me out of school for a doctor's appointment to watch Nebraska basketball play in that 2014 one. So MVP mother right there. But, yeah, Baylor has some incredible athletes. Their women's basketball programs had some outstanding players in the past as well. So you're facing a historic program, and Nebraska is just trying to gut out another win in Durham. They won one against Richmond with Maggie Dugan, one of the A10 player of the year, averaging around 24 points per game. She scored, I think, 21 a game, but she scored 24 in that first 4 game. And Nebraska was able to let her do her thing, but able to limit everybody else around her. And that is how Nebraska got to this point. And now they're just kind of just playing with house money, kind of like the men's team. The men's team hasn't really been there before. The women's team, Amy Williams has been to the NCAA tournament a number of times. She just has been kind of that second, getting past the second week, the first weekend has kind of eluded her during her coaching tenure. I know she had a lot of naysayers like, oh, she still got it. But, hey, she's winning this group. This group never really lost a step. They've lost a lot of games. They lost to a lot of tournament teams. You look down the stretch of the regular season, losing to teams like Iowa twice, UCLA, Oregon, Washington, teams I'm naming right now who are in the NCAA tournament. So Nebraska doesn't really have a bad loss in their schedule. I say Wisconsin's probably their worst, or Indiana in the Big Ten tournament. But, hey, they're just trying to prove the right that they deserve to be here at this moment. So a lot of basketball to be played. We still got a nice, really crowd. I don't think I've ever seen people leave yet here at Buffalo Wings and Rings. It's still packed. The food's good. What do you think I should get on my way out of here? If you had to decide, you're a food enthusiast, Farley.
Probably a burger. I'm chicken out today. I know I had chicken the last 2 days. Wings. I had creamy.
There's some special.
I had creamy
lemon pepper. Or something?
Lemon pepper yesterday. Today I had regular lemon pepper. So, I should have stuck with a burger, but it still was great at good food at the same time.
You took one of Bock's flats too.
Yeah, I took one of Bock's plate. So I had 11 instead of 10.
Did you ask?
Yeah, I always ask.
You asked, and
yeah.
he obliged. He obliged, I guess.
Yeah. You have to get on the same level as me and Bock.
Oh, I have to earn my stripes.
They
called me and Rudy rookies yesterday on the drive. So these rookies are trying to earn their stripes across the board. See if anybody's on the text line there, Farley. But as we go, tomorrow, 7:45, love to plug that we'll have post-game coverage tomorrow, Saturday, sometime around 9, 10 o'clock for that one for Nebraska and Vanderbilt, along with wrestling post-match. Nebraska wrestling. I mean, we talked about it a little bit, but you have so many guys. You have 7 semifinalists, Farley. Look what Mark Manning's done with that wrestling program. I hate to leave them out, but we got to give them love and appreciation for what Mark Manning's done with that wrestling program. They got AJ Ferrari, Brock Hardy, Christopher Minto, so many other, Antrell Taylor, so many guys who are competing in the semifinals later this evening, but also guys who are competing right now in the wrestlebacks to help Nebraska in the team standings. Because it's a team sport in the end. I know a lot of people overlook wrestling as a team sport because you hear the individual champions. But if Nebraska can finish in that top 5 spot in a stacked NCAA tournament, along with teams like Penn State, Ohio State, Oklahoma State, Minnesota, Ohio State, and teams like that, if Nebraska can finish in the top 5, I think that's a successful season. And if you can have a national champion there as well, Nebraska had a couple in recent memory, it would mean a lot for Mark Manning and that wrestling program.
Yeah, Mark Manning is a great coach. Great program he got. I haven't seen the score yet for the day 2, but I know day 1 they was in second place. So hopefully they can maintain that second spot and get a strong feeling in the I don't know if day 3 is not the last day. It's day 4. Is
so there's 3 days. So there's 2 sessions each day. So they are right now on day 2, session 3. Session 4 tonight will be the semifinals night, which is a big night. Probably some of the best matches you'll see because you got guys fighting.
They have any scores up yet?
Not officially. I'm looking down the thing here, but they have a score update from 16 hours ago on the NCAA's website. But they're still in the middle of a session, so a lot stuff can change. But as of last night, we can go down the standings here for the NCAA wrestling team. So, hey, it's a big time. March Madness is going on. They set the session 2 attendance. One of the best attendance records, 16,000 people there in Cleveland, Ohio. It's home of the Cavaliers. So as of yesterday, session numbers. So in 5th place was Ohio State with 23 points. Oklahoma State with 25 points in 4th place. 3rd place was Iowa with 26.5 points. Nebraska, as we mentioned, in 2nd place in the team stands with 27 points. And then number 1 is obviously Penn State with 40.5 points. So it may be a fight for 2nd place, but hey, 2nd place with this kind of stacked comp. I mean, 4 of the top 5 are Big Ten schools. And Nebraska saw all these teams not only at nationals, not only at throughout the regular season with their duels on the weekend on Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays, respectively, but also saw them at the Big Ten Wrestling Tournament at the Bryce Jordan Center in Pennsylvania at University Park. And that was pretty much a home duel for the Penn State Knit Lions. So you have Penn State, Nebraska, Iowa, and Ohio State making up the top 5. And there's not much separation between the 2, 3, 4, and 5 spots. So a lot of those wrestlebacks, Jacob Van Diep won a match earlier today against a guy from Missouri, 4-2 in that one. That's a big one. That's going to help in team standings and help Nebraska potentially get 2nd place. You get 2nd place behind a team like Penn State. Don't really hang your head on that. Obviously, you want to win the gold in team standings, but if you can get 2nd place and behind a really talented Penn State team who everybody has winning a lot of weight classes in the end of the day, nothing really to hang your head on there for Mark Manning and that squad.
All right. As we try to see the closeout or at least the beginning of the 4th for the Lady Huskers. Give you a recap on some games. Virginia 67.
They're hanging. That's a tight game too. That's a 67-66 in favor of the Cavaliers. Wright State's pushing them.
Yeah.
I'd say that could be really one of the biggest upsets in the tournament to date.
Then Iowa State is 36-9 against Tennessee State.
36-9.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's a crazy one. 67-66. Virginia up on Wright State. 6 minutes and 46 seconds left.
You have Hofstra, the 13 seed, playing Alabama, the 4 seed. That one's 20-16 with 11:06 remaining in the first. Alabama's an interesting team because they have obviously some off-the-court distractions. They've had it over the past during Nate Oates' tenure, and it hasn't really bothered them. Brandon Miller's situation with that going down a couple of years ago, they were a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. They can't really let that define them. Hofstra's taking them to the brink right now, 20-16 early. A lot can happen in that game as well, but keep your eyeballs on Wright State, Virginia. And there's some other games down the stretch. Miami, Ohio's coming up here in about 45 minutes. They're 32-1, had to play their way into the tournament as well, which I think is, 32-1 is 32-1. You only lose 1 game all year regardless. You shouldn't treat them like a James Madison of the college football.
Treat them like stepchildren.
Yeah, them. St. Louis. St. Louis is a 9 seed. I thought St. Louis looked like a 6 seed yesterday, just the way they played. And, they don't play the best schedule. High Point didn't play the best schedule either, but they had a good point differential this season. So it's college basketball, and seeding doesn't really define the team, I think, for a lot of teams. They come in there, hey, it's just one game at a time. No matter what seed we are, 15 seed, 12 seed, we're going to prove it on the court in those 40 minutes.
All right, well, let's go to break, and when we come back, we'll close it out for Austin to come on and tell us about his experience in Oklahoma City the day after a Huskers victory. And don't forget, watch the women's basketball, which on now. I think it's headed into the fourth quarter, and Nebraska women are leading. So cheer for the Lady Huskers like you cheer for the men Huskers. Yep. And we'll be right back to close out the final segment. 93.7 The Ticket, Bock and the Blackshirt with Nick W.
You're listening to March Mayhem, live coverage of the NCAA tournament from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wake up, Lincoln. You're not dreaming. Schaefer Sleep Gallery has closeout mattresses up to 50% off. Hurry in now for the best selection and savings on Serta Beauty Rest and Sutherland closeouts. We're talking one-of-a-kinds, floor models, and closeouts up to 50% off. Plus, Schaefer Sleep Gallery has free local delivery on any closeout Serta Beauty Rest and Sutherland mattress while they last. So hurry in to save hundreds. Plus, free local delivery on closeout mattresses in the Sleep Gallery at Schaefer's. 48th and R, Lincoln.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
Early break is hitting the road to the NCAA tournament in Oklahoma City. Join me, Jake Sorensen, Steve Sipple, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 a.m. in the outdoor patio area of the Courtyard Marriott in downtown OKC on both Thursday and Friday. Come down and hang out to start the day before Nebraska plays Troy on Thursday, and then join us on the off day on Friday as well. Early Break's trip to OKC is made possible by Sandhills Careers, who is growing in Lincoln. Visit sandhills.jobs to view openings and apply today.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Dio Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Dio Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diotech online at diotech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740. If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com. Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those 2 magical days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday, March 19th and 20th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday to get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it and stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings on 68th and O.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
At CHI Health Clinic, we believe healthcare should be personal because knowing your provider personally makes appointments more comfortable, more productive, and more meaningful to your overall health. Get matched with a primary care provider based on your personality and lifestyle using CHI Health Clinic's My Provider Match. Take the survey at myprovidermatch.com to find the right provider for you. Getting healthier starts by getting personal at CHI Health Clinic.
Nebraska men's basketball is dancing. The Huskers qualified for the NCAA tournament, and 93.7 The Ticket is here to cover all the action. Follow me, Austin Orman, on all 93.7 The Ticket social media platforms for updates throughout Nebraska's appearance in the Big Dance. Our coverage from Oklahoma City is made possible by Sandhills Careers and Insight Partners.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Capo Chevrolet GMC, and we are very excited to announce our spring sales event happening now at Capo. We have 0% financing or up to $13,000 off select GMC and Chevrolet inventory. You heard that right, 0%. Or $13,000 off select inventory. We'd love to see you at the store or check us out online at CapoCars.com. Folks, this is really confident buying and confident driving. Stock number C127238 and G1739977 with approved credit.
You're listening to March Mayhem. Live coverage of the NCAA tournament from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Hey, welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt with Nick Wayman as we watch the last little bit of this Baylor versus Nebraska game. Nebraska's up 50-48, 5 minutes and 54 seconds left. A lot of rough play at the end of it, man. Look like Baylor's trying to do a little everything to Nebraska to rattle them. We probably haven't hit a shot in the last 2 minutes, so let's try to get down here and get these girls this victory and cheer for them, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, they just flashed the graph at the first. There's only been one first four team in women's basketball since they've added it to advance to the round of 32. That would be Mississippi State back in 2023. But outside of that, there's a three ball right there, 53-48 for Nebraska. But like you said, it hasn't been the most pretty flashy of a game of basketball. There's been some missed layups on both ends of the floor. Jessica Petrie getting double figures with her 1 3-point shot of the year. You see the fans around us getting into the action with 5:22 to play. Hey, if they get a win, they get a chance to play the Dukies and the Duke Blue Devils on their home court at Cameron Indoor. Hey, if people would have said that a couple weeks ago when Nebraska lost to Indiana in the Big Ten tournament, they'd have been like, hey, is this team even deserving to be in the tournament? I think that was kind of the common goal heading into Selection Sunday last week was, is Nebraska deserving? And with this, not only the win on Wednesday against Richmond in the first four, but also the win today, potentially against a team like Baylor, you're totally deserving. You show that, hey, you deserve to be in this game. It's going to be down to the end of this game, just by the way it's playing. I think maybe first one to 60 wins this game. But in this day and age of college basketball, first one to 60 seems pretty low. It's been a grinded out kind of game. I mean, you look at the shooting. Nebraska shooting 35% from the floor, but 9 of 20 from the three-point line, 45%. Baylor, 34% as a whole. From beyond the arc, only 20%. They are 4 of 20 from three-point range. And I think that's what's going to help Nebraska. The three-point shooting's been well. You get Logan Nisler's hitting some. Britt Pritz is doing her thing. Jessica Petrie just hit that big one. And Maya Hargrove's tacking the basket. If Nebraska just play their game, I think they have a really good chance. They have led majority of this fourth quarter. I just hate for the season to end on another blown fourth quarter game.
All right. Hoffa still leading Bama 28-21. Virginia still in a dogfight, 73-70. They're up against Wright State. That's probably it for right about now on the men's side of the ball. Still waiting on an update on some wrestling scores later that we will probably have to get to you later on in the 5 o'clock hour or later on late night with Harrison. But
There's
you know,
a
I think it's been a great weekend. I mean, just a great 2 days of football and not football. Great 2 days of basketball, man. I'm just so entertained by trying to watch these games and talk on the radio at the same time that it's impossible to do most of it.
You
but
did a pretty good job, though.
to.
You did a pretty good job. You know, it's fun hanging out with you guys today. Good vibes. Still time to come over here. 68th and 0. We're giving out some prizes here. Nick is about to grab the mic and give out some prizes. You win some T-shirts, mugs, some headbands, everything else in between. A lot going on.
All right, that'll do it for Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket with Nick Wayman as we close down the show. And Austin will be streaming in from OKC with some of the highlights of the day for men's basketball here only on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
You're listening